Good morning. This is Phyllis, and I'm naked and in bed, and just had the hardest time getting out of bed, and realized I was grieving in that physical space of no will, no energy to live, no wanting to move forward. And just because as an American, an African American female, who bought the belief that if I worked hard enough, I could make a difference for my own life and for those that I love, because that was the American dream. I remember not being able to fill out government applications for financial aid as a businesswoman because I didn't believe that the world was against me. I believed, and I had to identify what were those institutional racism that held you back. And I said, none. I don't believe that. So I have lived a belief system that I am in power of my own life and my own destiny from an early year. And yesterday I got to hear the grieving of young Americans who have expats who are traveling and digital nomads and location independence, and hear their shock from that age and from that perspective, and they were all white. And I realized that old phrase had really come home. Those who don't know their history are bound to repeat it. But those who do know their history sit helplessly by and watch it happen. And then they get up and do something about it. And it was that grieving that I met people that encouraged my heart in a way I hadn't had any hope. So I encourage them as I encourage you. It's time, y'all. We unfriended the voices that we didn't want to hear. So that train has left the track. And now we, the good Germans, who are watching this happen above, around, within our hearts and mind space, the train has left the track. This is happening in the worst way. And I don't want to name it because fear has a way of needing to be crystallized to manifest. So I'll just let it sit in the ethers. But in the meantime, I will pick up a shovel, bucket of water, chop some wood, and haul some water, and take my family in the direction I would if I was that good German. Because all of us remember a little bit of our history and wondered, how could we be so cruel? And now that we know how we let it happen, now we say, what do we do different? Now that it has happened, what do we do different? And if you're stuck with that one, because we've never had to think that before and answer that question, that's a time when we really have to start meditating, because we have to actually hear our thoughts and answer questions that will mean life and death. And we better practice. As a Quaker, I would sit for an hour on Sunday and sometimes say nothing and hear no one else say nothing, because there was nothing of value to be said. And we just listened. And now we all have to just listen to what we will do. If you haven't read anything about the stages of grief, please do look it up. You have to ride with the emotions and let them overtake you. Please weep. You need to let the body process pain. If you know anything about trauma release exercises, do them. Your body needs to release the pain. It's in shock. And when animals are in shock, we freeze. You must find ways to release this energy of pain within the body. Because we have a lot of work ahead, and it's good work. It's the only work that matters. I want to ask your apology if you know me and I have been callous to you. I ask your forgiveness. If you know me and I was rude or forgot something that was important to you, I ask your forgiveness. If I have not loved and seen you, I ask your forgiveness. If you have thought to unfriend me because you pissed me off or I pissed you off, I ask your forgiveness. I know I have unfriended a few folks, mainly because I didn't want to play the sex game, sorry. Because I feared your opinion of me would just annoy you. And to save you from that pain and misery, my Christian white male Republican friends, I'm sorry. And I will seek to friend you again. Because that's what I have to do different. I have to hear your voice. As angry as it is, I know it's from pain. We all scream when we're in pain. And some of us plan when we're in pain. Not always a good ideal. Because when you plan from hurt, it's called revenge. I hope that when you are triggered, and you will be triggered every day, that's how it is. It's game on. It's trigger time. It's hard. You will remember how to balance that pain. Cry. Speak truth. Speak from the heart. Practice that. Say nothing. Hold your breath. Prepare. Think deeply. You have to practice what it is best about being human, because it will be harder. And I have to encourage you, as Winston Churchill said, when you're going through hell, keep going. Just keep going. You don't want to stay in this hell, so you will have to find the answers yourself on how you will take each step to move forward. I don't have blanket answers, but I know the answer is within thyself. I play this game, living, the game of life, in a service to self mode. Either one works, service to self or service to others. And I enjoy learning, so I can go, oh, did y'all see that? Life hacking, I think they call it now. Because it's an interesting game, hard as it is. It's an interesting one, and we get to play it however we want. But I've learned too much, and my brain is overwhelmed, and half of what I say I know makes no fucking sense. And I go, my God, there's still so much to learn and understand, and yet we get pulled back into fear and doubt, and a war coming, implosion of our home country, that's all. You know, when you're out here in other worlds, my Brits, my Australians just look politely and go, we don't understand y'all. I go, yeah, It's complicated. But I've ranted enough, and I love y'all, and I'm grieving, and the thoughts are not coherent. They are flowing and ebbing painfully sometimes. I miss my beloved, and he just sent me a love song, so it just made me cry. And I was like, okay, let the floodgates go, open them up. They need a refresher. It's time to find new ways and be really creative. Go outside, stand on the ground. The moon is speaking to us very closely. It's a super moon for a reason. In this time that we pay the fuck attention. We're going to do that by honoring those four elements and knowing thyself in relationship to them: air, water, fire, earth. Honor them. Join us wherever you are when that moon starts pulling. It's time to pay attention. Love you. Thank you for allowing me to share. I will stand with you until this journey ends. Namaste, y'all.